add game day magic with a chunky knit football. Here's how you do it. Find out where you want to place it. I placed it about 4 rows apart. Take a 24-inch piece of brown yarn and put one tail end through the first hole right here, and then the next through that 4th hole over, and it's straight across. Then you're going to take the long tail end and feed it back through that same hole you went through to begin with. And I turn it over because it's a little easier to know that I don't have any gaps in my yarn going through. You're going to take that tail end and put it back through, just like you're sewing back and forth through the same places here. You're going to do this 4 times. So I'm going to speed up the video for time's sake, but you're just going back and forth through those same 2 holes and kind of adjusting as you go. So make sure they're kind of one right on top of the other to make that football shape. And I kind of squeeze the ends, but I'll show you how to make them a little bit more pointed at the end. Now we're going to put on the laces. This is a size 6 blanket yarn, this white right here. I'm going to grab 2 pieces of that brown yarn, and I'm going to tie this size 6 around both of those. And kind of tight, but not too tight to where you're deforming the football or the brown pieces. You're going to do that again, and you're going to do that 3 times right around here. So I'm going to speed this up again just for time's sake, but really I'm just tying these small strings, that size 6 yarn, right around those 2 strands of my brown that are on top of the football basically. So I'm going to cut these pretty short, tie them pretty tight, or at least make the knots pretty tight, and then cut them pretty close, and then you're going to tuck them behind the football. Sometimes this takes a little bit of working, but you can tuck them right behind that yarn. So this yarn here is going to be the stripe across, or the laces across. So you're going to want to put this right underneath these 3 laces on top. And you can use a tapestry needle or a darning needle. I think they're about the same. For this, I just used my fingers because it's pretty loose on there, but it does stay. So now you're going to take that tail end and you're going to put it through one of the loops. You're going to kind of feel down there. There's the holes, of course, in the blanket. You're going to feed it through to the back. Don't pull so hard on the back that it goes right through the blanket or makes your football a little bit distorted, but just pull tight enough to where it's against that brown yarn. I do quite a bit of adjusting on the yarn that is the football at times, but that's just to make it look like a football. So now we're going to turn our work over to secure it on the back side. First, I tie these laces together back here, so the white yarn that you use for the laces, and then kind of tuck it underneath that brown yarn right here. So you want to cut it pretty close, and then you can just tuck it right under. And this yarn that we're going to bring across and fuse kind of hides it. So make a clean cut on both of those ends before you put fire to them, so that you can hopefully just get that inner core of that vinyl or whatever it is, honestly, that melts together. So press them pretty hard and roll that little ball between your fingers so that it really joins. And here's adjusting again, just adjust it to where it looks like you want it. And here's your football. You can leave it like this, or you can take some string just like this and put it around the ends. So get your fingers under all 4 of your brown pieces and tuck your yarn underneath, get it really close to the blanket, and tie it in a double knot. You could use macrame string, or I just use the string that is kind of like the twine that you would use for cooking and actually tying turkey legs together and things. So that's the twine that I use because it stays together really well. So you do this to both sides. And again, come along with me while I go a little faster on this, but really just tie underneath all 4 strings as close to the blanket as you can, and you can cut it pretty close to that knot. You can kind of push those strings underneath your football right there, but it really pinches the ends so that it looks more like a pointed football. So that can be added to your team blankets.